Hello, my name is Taj Alexander. I'm 28 years old. I was born in Buffalo, New York, raised in upstate New York. I currently live in Williamsburg, New York, and I'm the founder of The Open Canvas.
My name is Noma Akabilo. I'm 25 years old. I was born in Los Angeles, but I live in the Inland Empire, and I am a DJ, curator, and web developer.
Antoine, AJ Gerard. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I live in LA currently, and I work at the Broad Museum. I'm a sort of a VSA or engagement specialist. I give tours is sort of the short answer there.
I'm Connor Warnick. I'm 22. I'm from Brooklyn, New York originally. I'm still a student. I'm a film and visual arts student. But I'd hope to someday be a filmmaker, professionally, full-time.
My name is Jamie Ordez. I'm 27 years old. I'm originally from Bakersfield, California. I now live in East Hollywood, Los Angeles. I am the co-founder, stylist, creative director of Kami.
My name is Tokyo Damon. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Brooklyn. I currently live in the Bronx, and I'm a visual artist.
So my name is Daryl O, and I am 26 years old. I am from Bethesda, Maryland, just outside of DC, and I've been living in Brooklyn for 8 years. Now I am the founder and CEO of Holy Red Studio, and I've been doing that for about 3 years.
I go by John David. I am 29. I'm from North Carolina by way of Maryland. I live in Los Angeles, California. I am a designer and creative director of God's Mercy.
My name is Shanika King. I'm 23 years old. I originally live in Brooklyn currently, but I'm originally from Guyana. I was born and raised there, and I'm a professional athlete for Guyana.
Hi, my name is Jordan Wong. I'm 20 years old. Born and raised in Long Beach. I still live there, and I guess I consider myself a fine artist for now.
My earliest impression, oh man, when I first got here, it was really hard to find a friend. Everybody's like, the city's so fake. I would agree for the first couple of months. I used to go to all the wrong places looking for like community, and I was not loving it, but it's changed.
So my parents were both raised in the Bronx, so I would go back and forth a lot when I was younger from upstate New York to the Bronx. And my first impression of New York was just like, you know, I felt like it was the epicenter of the world. I felt like everything culturally, like music, like my aunt, like she was sort of a part of the founding of hip hop, you know, in the Zulu Nation. So like just to sort of see New York, for me, it was just like, this is the biggest stage.
Well, I remember in about like 2010, for whatever reason, I was strongly inclined to like move to LA. I was like into the Dodgers, and like I just kind of wanted to just move there. And the movie You Got Served was like, that whole world of like dancing and all that was like, it was so sick to me, and no one did that where I was from. So I was kind of just intrigued by that world and wanted to see what it was like.
For me, it was interesting because I come from like my dad was a rapper, so I think my first impression of knowing it was New York City was just being around a bunch of rapper type people and like the affluence, like because my parents from Harlem, so being in Harlem and just being around that affluence was probably my first real time being like, oh, this is New York. I'm from the big city.
You just feel like you should just go for it before it's too late, before you're not young anymore. Take advantage of your youth. And being in LA, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities to do so.
I think it's definitely a place to be while you're young, if anything, because people always tell me, oh, you need to move out of New York because real life doesn't happen in New York. And I'm like, yes, real life does happen in New York. And you stay younger when you're here because you're always on your toes, always like being exposed to different things, seeing new people, seeing new ideas, seeing new talent. So you're always like, your brain's always like wired and intrigued. So I think it keeps us I think it makes me feel young. If anything, it makes me feel more young than I am and comfortable. If anything.
It sucks because you know you have all these tools nowadays like social media that drive you crazy because you look to your left and your right and that same person your same age and your same hue, same everything. Like you can never win, right? You spend time getting an outfit and the person has the same outfit on as you, or you spend time getting a degree and then it's useless because you can't put it into anything. So it's frustrating. But then we see success as soon as you roll up, you know, wake out of bed, you're seeing someone beat you at something, you know. So whether that be relationship or you know anything, you just feel like not enough a lot of times.
I think that really what New York does for people is that it dares you to believe in yourself, and you can't believe in, if you don't have an unwavering belief in yourself anywhere, it's not going to really work out for you. So in New York, it's a necessity. So that's, I think, what it really means with the cliche. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, because if you don't believe in yourself in New York, it's going to spit you back out so fast, so fast.
The energy, to be honest. Like, I feel like because I came from Guyana, it's like usually, it's like a slow-paced country, very, very laid back, super chill. And I'm naturally like that as a person, so I felt like being here gave me like a good energy. It gave me like it made me want to be productive and do things. And the people, I like the diversity of it. I come from only seeing Indians and Black. Like maybe one white person I've ever met in my entire life, or like two Chinese, but the diversity was very interesting. Like it was very new and it was refreshing. I think I stay here mostly for the energy though, like the work ethic that people have here.
Just being able to continue to express myself, especially DJing. I feel like it's a great place to be able to come across new music. The music community is so diverse and so talented, and just being a DJ, being able to share music, this is like the perfect home to do that. And even just in web development, I feel like I'm super inspired by the different avenues and different platforms that people have. So LA just inspires me on a daily basis to kind of push boundaries in technology and in music.
What keeps me here is actually having to make it here. I'm from here. So I'm here more, it's more that I have to make it here. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
It'd be like, but he's from New York.
Community. So the one thing I couldn't find, but when I found it, it was dope. People, there's real life people here, a lot of real life stories. There's a lot of creative energy here in LA.
Ooh, both. I think at first it makes it very difficult because financially this city is very difficult to live in or live well in, especially as a creative on the onset. It's like you have to figure out, okay, how do I have enough time to do what I love but also pay my rent each month? That's a real struggle for a lot of young people in New York City. So that's like one big barrier is sort of the financial, standing. But I think it's also probably one of the best places to be for, growing as a creative, because you're just constantly being challenged and pushed. You're constantly being exposed to different types of art. So you're not necessarily just thinking in one way all the time, and you're around people who are actually encouraging you to do better. A lot of my friends who say they moved here is because they felt like their creative community wherever they lived wasn't necessarily challenging to them, or they felt like they sort of experienced all there was there. But I feel like New York is always pushing people to get better and knocking you down a little bit. It's always it's never just all roses. Sometimes you got to go through some hard stuff to get to where you want to be. So it constantly keeps you on your toes.
For one, it's hard to keep up with people because the place is bigger than it looks. That where you think you can't just go to Long Beach, you can't just go to Koreatown. Like everything is 7 hours away, so you have to know that when you're going there, this thing will exist, whether it's friendship, community, an event. It's not a place where you want to waste time.
It's definitely easier to meet people here. Like you meet people on the train, you meet people in the street. Like people talk to me randomly on the buses. Like, the interaction is definitely way more here. And in other states, people are driving all the time, so it's like hard to communicate in other states.
Like I think as you get older, your circles become more centric about like the things you're really like interested or serious in.
Yeah, friends and family for sure. I am engaged recently to an artist, Aaron Kai. So basically, we're our biggest support systems. We love our friends. A lot of them we met in the Bay Area because we lived in San Francisco for 8 years. And now they're in LA too because they're all kind of creative. So my close friends from the Bay, from back home from Bakersfield, my family, I'm the youngest daughter of 4. So my family, my sisters, we talk every day. We're in a group text like every day with my parents and everything. So yeah, friends and family and my fiance.
Wow, everything. This band. So my individual point of view is like, what does it look like to have the Harlem Renaissance hit LA right now in 2018, and how dope would that be to think I knew who the doctors, the lawyers, the poets, the singers, the rappers, the shoe designers, I knew who those people were, and they were friends to me, you know.
Just to help people to think positively and to enjoy what they're doing in the moment. I think that's a big thing, is like you hear a lot of different creative movements that's happened specifically in New York, like the Harlem Renaissance or the birth of hip hop. Like during those times, like people were having the most fun. You know, I feel like people were actually, even though there was a lot of social issues and things happening, those creative outlets that we were creating at the time sort of led to some of probably the best moments, you know, not just in music, but in living, in life. You know, people were just enjoying themselves. So if I can help people to enjoy themselves and their creativity, I think that's sort of one of the biggest things I can do, because then you create a moment. And then like 10 years from now, people look back and say, wow, this was a cultural moment. This was a real New York City moment that happened here. This is a real global moment, you know? So, you know, if we can create those types of moments here, like then I feel like that's doing our job.
It's all about bridging strong connections to individuals who are really building that as a philosophy. So that's really our game plan. Like, we've got a lane, we're really good at what we do, and it's about partnering with folks who are doing it well there. You don't have to fix all the problems at once. There are other people that are doing it too. Just when we got to be careful that we don't listen to the powers that be to start pointing guns this way, because we're all there's a lot more
Right.
there's a lot more mutual beneficial to like looking at this problem and looking at the system and being like, hey, this isn't working for anybody.
Right.
Like even the Koch brothers at the tippy top, like I'm sure they're thinking about flying off to Saturn or something once they fuck off this planet, but it's not working for them either, and they don't even know it.
I think sustainability in the fashion world is huge. Like the textile landfills are getting huge. Like that's one of the like second most pollutant of the landfills.
In terms of like what I want to leave behind, I would hope that my films express some sort of truth about myself. I think it's important to me. I think that's the most important thing. I think as long as what you make is true to yourself, it might, you know, and it's like you're not making it to be, I don't know, like impressive in a way, technically or visually. I think at least right now that's what's most important to me. I just want to be making work that is important to me and that I grow from as well. I think you grow a lot with every project.
I think in the future, I'll probably own like a spot or something, maybe like a Waffle House or a bar or something, and I will be the place that recruiters go to look for people. I think that's how I imagine myself probably in like 15 years.
I feel like a political activist just wrapped up in an artist. It's like it's easier to really say some poignant things through art. So I just hope that my art is decoded one day and people really be like, this man really cared about humans. Like he cared about people, thus leaving a lasting positive impression on society. If I could do that, if my work can do that.
Career-wise, I've been working at a museum for about 3 years now. It's been super successful for me. I feel like I'm able to brag, and it sounds true when I say most kids of color who've been in that space connect with me, and I connect back with them, and so it makes me feel authentic in my experience. So I'd like to see that be doubled, quadrupled that presence go a lot further. It's not about me, but if it's about making a crack in this way to show other kids of color that they can be positive and be present at the same time, I will continue to do that. So professionally, I hope to see myself like curating, owning a gallery, working in a gallery, moving artists back and forth, connecting people's dots for them, doing panels, being more of a presence, you know.
I hope that Kami really develops into a sustainable brand. We started as a styling company, which we would just sell the clothes that we styled with, but now we're starting to make product. I want to one day own a showroom where like people can come and pool for their events or something. I want to make sure that sustainable fashion is still our platform, and clothes do define you. You don't need to dress like everyone else. I think thrifting gives you an opportunity to really express yourself, and I want to make sure that Kami is always, you know, educating confident women and being true to themselves.
After I'm done being an artist and after I'm done being like a space, I think I'll probably just do what like Barack Obama did and just like leave the country or something and just figure it out. I've always wanted to like, I'm Chinese. I was raised with like Buddhist influences as well, so I always wanted to like go and like try out a temple or something for a few years, shave my head and I don't know, learn something else. It could be anything. I don't know. I wanted to like try my hand at being a mechanic for a while, just because I think it might be interesting. It could be anything.
I hope New York loves me. I really do. I hope New York really understands. Like, I'm more New York than most New Yorkers. Like, just from what my family is associated with, in terms of hip hop, and then now me, what I'm trying to, do with the art. A lot of people want to do things, and I'm trying to be the Basquiat of my time. So I hope New York holds me to that regard once everything is settled down.
Keep working, in different communities, keep being creative, keep making this a place that is a foundation where I can be creative and help other creatives do the same.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just gonna go wherever life takes me. But for right now, I'm hoping to build, to learn, to grow, to love, and just evolve into the best version of myself. If that means I have to stay here to do that, then so be it. If it means I have to move on to other things and meet and connect and impact other lives, then so be it.
My relationship with New York is that she continues to challenge me, but that she starts helping me recognize the abundance that's around me. And that's a two-way street. It's a relationship.
I definitely am gonna stay here. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. Gonna have babies probably in the next couple years, trying to buy a house next year, still work on Kami, hopefully open up a showroom in the next 5 years. I think LA is a really good city right now for creatives, and it's just only gonna keep getting better, so definitely gonna plant some roots here.
To be honest, I hope it never ends. I've always said I don't want to move. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have to, but I don't want to move. But no matter what, I know it'll be like a lasting experience.
I plan on being in Los Angeles for about at least, I'm gonna just roundabout say like 4 or 5 more years. I have a lot of work here to do. It's a pivotal moment in LA, especially with the art scene. So many people are booming and doing different directions. I want to travel and come back and bring those experiences back to the neighborhood. So now this place is home for me. So I kind of feel like that's always the key too. It's like being successful, but then bringing back where you come from, those resources, and not forgetting where you come from.